Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Bellotti. I am here in the beautiful city of Chicago, and it's a beautiful fall day today. I'm here with my colleague, Ahmad Paracha. He will introduce himself a little later in the webinar. We are from AboutXtreme, a Microsoft Gold partner based in Chicago. If you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to enter them into the chat on the right-hand side of your screen. Our team will be answering questions throughout the session today. Okay. In today's world, the pressure on any type of organization is intense. Finding more and better ways to communicate, function more efficiently, and manage budgets is key. Let's face it, managing is not easy. So what makes managers happy? Well, many things are. Consistently meeting your goals, ensuring everyone's time is used efficiently and effectively, having a staff that is productive, finding what you need instantly, and especially today, making it simpler for your team to organize and communicate from wherever they are has become a mandatory. That is why we love the cloud. Today, Ahmad and I are going to demonstrate 2 AI solutions that can help you every day. First, I am going to talk about AI chatbots. This technology continues to improve. It can assist in your communication in ways that can save you time, money, and make your customers, residents, employees, students, anyone more informed and happy. Our second AI cloud demo is our knowledge mining portal. It can help you organize your documents, data, and media so you can find what you're looking for without having to endlessly search or remember who worked on a certain project on a certain date at a certain time so that you can go ask them. That is if they still work at your organization. So let's get started. Organizations have a ton of information that the public and employees can access. Websites have become a huge receptacle of data, and finding what you're looking for can cause frustration and many times leave users not being able to find what they're looking for. Chatbots can assist by providing answers to questions, which reduces the amount of calls into your staff. And chatbots are also flexible and ever improving, that they can communicate in the ways your users prefer on cell phones, computers, tablets, not tablets, in their preferred language using text or voice commands. So what exactly is a chatbot? They are the combination of cloud-based artificial intelligence using machine learning for continuous improvement that serves up solutions and answers and solutions, really, that take time to find using traditional search, and on top of that, in a natural language manner that is easy to understand. It allows users to communicate in whichever channel they prefer, phone, tablet, laptop, and so on. And wonderfully, they never sleep. There are many ways that businesses and commercial operations can take advantage of a chatbot. They can save them time and money and keep operating costs down. Lowering operating costs by having a chatbot respond to commonly asked questions and requests, that allows staff to focus on more important tasks. Chatbots can handle many customer service responsibilities. Since they are always available, they are ready when users are. Having a well-designed AI chatbot gives the edge against competitors. And of course, having that omni-channel multi-language capability improves customer user experience. And there are so many user use cases, from HR management, your help desk. If you're a franchisee, it allows for internal communications, analytics, e-commerce, so much more. There are many benefits that government entities and education entities can gain from AI chatbots. They can aid residents and students in finding what they need on those jam-packed websites. Chatbots can also assist with operating costs by providing answers and information to residents without involving staff. The assistive technology, such as speech to text, text to speech, allows for hands-free usage. Just a few examples of government use cases include when residents need information on bill payment and property tax, or some specifics on permits and licensing, and with the ever-changing event information we have on our calendars, and even employment opportunities. There's many ways that the government and educational institutions can use it. So now, I'd like to demonstrate one of our AI chatbots that's live for the city of Corona in California. And it's always a little nerve-wracking when you do a live demo, so please, hopefully the internet gods will be with me. Corona had developed a chatbot before we got involved, but quickly took it down because it was, quite frankly, it wasn't very intelligent. So we worked with them on the highest priority communication needs they had. And those were at the time making payments, passport information, facility info. But since we launched last year, Ellie continues to improve and get smarter all the time. So here we go. Here is the City of Corona's website and their chatbot that they named Allie. I'm just going to walk through a couple of different capabilities that she has today. Obviously, COVID-19 is still very important. We had changed her midstream. So if you click on the COVID information, it will literally give you their local information and then other information that we based on the CDC. So let me go to their local updates first. And you can see that they have their own City of Corona, their school district, their county, and the state. So if we just click on the City of Corona's, it'll take you to their page and provide all of the information, up-to-date information that they have from the City of Corona. Just wanted to continue to show a few more examples. One of the other things that was important to the City of Corona was making payments. So we facilitated getting all different types of ways that people need to make payments. So just as an example, the water bill. And on the water bill, you have a choice of many ways to pay. So if we'll say in this case, pay in person, and it gives you all of the examples of how you can pay in person. Let me refresh. And the next task that I wanted to demonstrate is the passport information. So we'll click on passport information. And it gives many different options. So if you say you want a new passport for an adult, it'll give you all of the information and actually allow you to click on forms to help assist you in the process. If you wanted to, for instance, you can also type in. So if you wanted to get a passport for your child, you can simply type in, I need a passport for my kid. And it will give you the information for new or renewal passports for children under 16. And just a little example of the AI technology, it can understand different idioms within within speech. So children, kids, it will find those consistencies and synonyms. Another example, let me refresh one more time. Another example that we noticed actually when we were working and continuously improving Allie, that there were many questions about garbage and recycling. So we created a whole conversation flow around garbage and recycling. So if you click on residential, for example, you can get information, based the highest requested questions. So the schedule is just one, and then what it can do is take you to the website and where you can get the scheduling information. As an example, there is a a bunch of information on recycling. And just one example I can show you, if we go to electronic waste as an example and submit, it will give you a carousel to identify the different types, and it will take you to, for example, the facilities that accept that type of waste. And you can also just type in, you don't need to use the guided search, you can type in something like, where can I recycle my cell phone? And it will give you that carousel so that you can look up electronic waste again. It's just another way of getting there. So another thing, facility information has been a big request and causes a lot of questions. You can pick a facility name, and it lists out all of the facilities within the city, and it will bring up the card for you. You can also type in parks or city parks, and it will give you, it'll bring up that card. Let's see. And then you can, like I said before, you can always just ask, specific question like, when does City Hall open? And I have a typo in there, so hopefully it will find it, and it did. And when does Border Park close? And it brings up the card on Border Park. One of the last things that I'd like to demonstrate is just a little bit of the multilingual capability. So if we say, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? It will bring up the card for the biblioteca. And also, ¿Cómo consigo un pasaporte? And you can see that it brought up the passport information in Spanish. So with that, I think it's time for me to pass it over to my comrade, Mr. Ahmad Paracha, for him to talk about knowledge mining.
Oops, sorry, I was muted, I think.
Yes, I didn't hear you until now.
I'm not sure if my screen is showing though.
It is not.
Ooh, okay. That is not good. But it will show just right now. I hope everyone can see my screen.
Oh. Add video. Yes.
All right, I'm just sending it live here. All right, I think my screen should be visible. Hi everyone, my name is Ahmad Paracha. I am a cloud solution architect with AboutXtreme, and I mostly work with applications that use AI on the cloud, on Microsoft Cloud. So they range from either chatbots, which use NLP, to knowledge mining, which is what I'm going to be talking about today. So what essentially is knowledge mining? So this image is sort of an example of what, unfortunately, many offices look like across the US, across the world. And it's more of a representation of how much data there is in the world that's just lying out there without any sort of intelligent sorting that's being applied on it, without any sort of intelligent accessing methodologies being applied to them. This is sort of how data is available pretty much everywhere. There's, if let's say you're the head of an engineering company and you have a lot of blueprints. This is how so many engineering companies just store their blueprints. They're not scanning them, because if they just scan them, there's no point. They could just get the paper version of it themselves as well. And knowledge mining is sort of essentially tackling this problem. This picture is sort of a representation of what, there's so much data out there, but knowledge mining is essentially trying to gather all that data and make it not only accessible, but smartly accessible, so that you get the information that you need, and you can get all the latent information within those documents, within those videos, or it could be pretty much anything. So what is knowledge mining? In essence, it is essentially a way for you to uncover valuable information that's lying in all of your content. May it be pictures, may it be videos, may it be scanned documents, old contracts, etc. And what you're doing is you're organizing them in a better way, and then you'll be able to search through them. So you're indexing them smartly, and then you're making them accessible for yourself, so you can access all the information that is within them. And again, the three sort of key pillars of knowledge mining are that, one, they have to be you have to be able to intelligently access the data. There's secure storage to make sure that all of your data is compliant with your data security, data integrity requirements, and that you're able to smartly index them, which goes hand in hand with the intelligently accessing information. So let me just show a quick. I will be going into the demos, which will sort of elaborate more on this cool topic of knowledge mining. But just sort of explaining the flow, and if it may not make sense right away, it will once we get to the demos. But essentially, knowledge mining involves ingesting a bunch of documents. So there could be documents such as Word docs, they could be Excel files, they could be PDFs, they could be pictures, they could be images, they could be anything. There could be videos, there could be anything. And what you're doing is you're ingesting this information, and you're using a variety of AI algorithms, which we use, which we obtain from Microsoft's cognitive toolkit. And that's what we employ for the enrichment for a variety of different use cases. So these enrichments could be that maybe we're reading a scanned document and using OCR to transcribe it. They could be that there's a couple of documents that we have with different company names, but the company is the same. So let's say if a company changes their name to something else, but we want to find all documents that correlate to that one company as a whole, we could have synonym maps. We could use machine learning to sort of identify what's inside pictures. We could use Microsoft's Bing Maps API to extract data and to extract coordinates and get actual addresses for them. There could be a variety of different enrichments that take place, and then what those enrichments are essentially doing is that they're helping Microsoft Cognitive Search index those documents, so that when you actually search, you can easily access the documents that you need using the information that's within them. An example of that would be, let's say you have a scanned document. I write something on a piece of paper, I scan it, and I save it to my desktop. Now, I wouldn't be able to search for what's written inside of that scan. Like if I handwrite something, I can't really search it based off of what I hand wrote inside. I can only search based off the title. But what the enrichment phase would do is it would transcribe that text that I've handwritten, and then attach it to the file. So now when I search for the file, when I search for that text, that file would essentially come up. So just a bunch of other use cases. That's one use case, one essential use case. But I'll just quickly run through some of the use cases, and then after that, I'll demo them live in front of you. So one use case, and this is something that we work with a client of ours. So they were a fire department in a city, and what they wanted to do was they had a lot of drone footage. And if any one of you might have actually used drones, what you get when you fly a drone out, you take videos. They used to take videos of places that had fire on them for future investigation of the fire, etc. And the problem that they had was when those drones came back and they took out the SD card from the drone and they put it into the computer, the drone didn't tell them, oh, this video was taken. The drone didn't immediately tell them this video was taken on this day, at this location, and at this time, etc. All it gave was something like DJI 001 or DJI 002. There's no aspect of intelligently sorting those videos. All you get is DJI 001, and then it's up to you to sort of incorporate that in your own sorting mechanisms or in your own storage. So what we built for them was a portal where all they had to do was upload the video plus the metadata that came along with the video, and I'll show an example of that. So all they had to do was just upload the two files, the video and the metadata file. They upload them onto a portal, a simple portal that we've built for them. Once they upload the files over there, then our AI enrichment algorithm powered by Microsoft Cognitive Services and Microsoft Cognitive Search, what it did was it extracted data from the metadata file. So most drones give a metadata file indicating different data points of the drone. And from there, we extracted the coordinates, we extracted the date and the time, and we appended that as metadata. And for the coordinates specifically, what we did was we used Microsoft's Bing Maps API to convert the coordinates into cross streets. So now instead of them having to remember the exact coordinates, they don't even need to do that. Now they can just search based off of the cross street. So that was one example, and again, I'll do a demo of that live. Another example is to digitize and store complex mechanical drawings, and that sort of goes hand in hand with record digitization. Another one of our clients is an engineering company for a city, or I believe a county, if I'm not wrong. And what they do is they have a lot of blueprints of buildings that they worked on, or sort of the plumbing systems within the buildings, etc. And the problem was whenever they sent out their field engineers to a certain building, they may have a blueprint of it back in their offices, but whenever field engineers wanted to check something up, they couldn't really search based off of a simple part number because it may not be readily available. So they had to call into their call centers. The call centers searched for those documents and then sent them over to the field engineers, because all these blueprints, they're handwritten. So it's very hard to sort of scan them and then store them, but then you can only have a certain number of characters in the title. You can't really explain the whole document in just the title. So what we set up for them was, again, another portal which they could easily access. All they had to do was upload their documents. Our AI enrichment algorithm powered by Microsoft Cognitive Search and Services, what it essentially did was it transcribed the documents and then made them I transcribed the documents, and then we created a portal where they could search based off of what's written inside the documents. And again, I'll be showing that in a demo as well. So again, demo one, the complex mechanical drawings, and then I'll shift over to the other demo, which is the video indexing and sorting demo. So I believe I should have these files available. It is a clutter on my desktop. However, these are sort of the files that were given to us, and these are some of the sample files, I should say. So here's one file that's clearly a drawing. If you can see Belmont flow meter, there's certain structures here like an abandoned tank. There's other structures that are sort of buried. There's there's measurements, etc., flexible conduits. So there's a lot of text here. But if they ever wanted to search based off of what's inside the documents, they couldn't really do that, because the way this is stored on my own personal computer, I can only search based off of Belmont flow meter. I can't search flexible conduits and get this document. I can only search Belmont flow meter and then I'll get this document. Likewise, these were some contracts. These are some, I guess, sort of spare part inventories that they had, inventory documents that they had, and these were also scanned, but they didn't have an ability to search based off of what's inside them. Like they couldn't really search Tianmin const which I guess is the contractor. They could only search spare part inventory, and this problem was sort of multiplied when there were drawings like these, where you have little, very tiny text, such as relief valve, etc., and they're describing all these intricate drawings, but the title just says oxygen nitrification system, so it's not really telling of what's inside of the documents. So this is the demo that we set up for them, or this is the portal, I should say, that we set up for them. It is a simple, easy to access portal that's secured using, you can secure it using Microsoft's own authentication or any other authentication service that you wish, or that your organization uses. So right here, let's say if I want to search a Belmont, so I'll search a Belmont here and I do a quick search. So now I quickly see that there's 2 documents right now that contain the word Belmont, and for my ease of use, they're also highlighted right here where the word Belmont actually is located within the document. And I can also see the related documents, so Belmont, Kane, conduits, etc. These are all the documents that contain keywords that the AI system is sort of detecting. So if I click one of the documents, I say I want this document, I can even see the whole transcript of the document that has been transcribed using OCR to the best of Microsoft's capabilities. And you can see here, there's the word building, road, Belmont, flow meter. Belmont again is highlighted because that's what we search for. We can have different viewing options as well. And let's say this is the document that I need. I just quickly click link to file. This is secured by a signed signature, and I can, if I want, I can just download it or print it or do whatever I want. So this made the field engineers' lives much easier, because now they don't have to call in. They can just easily access this over their phone and get access to all the documents that they need. Again, another example, this can easily, let's say if I look up United Water, so it is able to detect logos and text. Again, this document is mostly typed text, so it's much better at, the OCR is obviously much better, and you can even see that over here, faceplate, display unit, Siemens, etc., etc. So if they ever want to search anything based off of, what's written inside of this, they can easily do that. And likewise, the example that I showed back here, which is these intricate drawings. If I look up relief valve, for example, here I'll find the oxygen nitrification document, and here I can zoom in and I'll find both documents that have valve and relief in them. So there's relief valve right here, valve. I can look up more text here as well, and I can even, if I hover over the text in the transcription, I'll find where exactly it is in the picture. So if I'm hovering over hot water storage tank, I can see that right here. And again, see hot water storage tank, which was right here. See hot water storage tank, etc. So this is the sort of this is one of I guess I should say one of the major applications of knowledge mining in helping digitize data, as well as make data more intelligently accessible. So now they don't have to go into their computers and search oxygen nitrification system and remember that every single one of these drawings is sort of represented by this one keyword. Now they can just search for the exact thing that they want, and they can get it right there and then. So that's one of the main use cases of knowledge mining, and that's something we can easily extend to not just engineering companies, but pretty much any industry out there. It could be education, it could even be law, it could be automotive industry, it could be anything. Wherever you need sort of record digitization or complex mechanical drawings or anything, the possibilities are endless. Now, quickly shifting over to the other use case, I will show right here. Oop, that's maps, Bing Maps, but this is sort of the portal. But I will open up the videos. Sorry, my own computer is not having a good day today. However, so these are sort of the example drone videos. I'll open another one up as well. These are not directly from our client. These are just example drone videos. So if I play this drone video, you'll see that it's slightly moving. You probably won't. This one, you'll probably see more movement here, even on this one. So this is an example of how we received the drone videos. So all they have is this title, DJI-002, and there's a video, and then there's a corresponding, the DJI drones have a corresponding SRT metadata file. So that's a subtitle file, but it contains metadata. And if I open that up in a text parser, I can actually see that this is what this data looks like. So it's a 1 megabyte file, which has a lot of data points, and to the naked eye, it's kind of unnerving, I should say. It's kind of scary to see this because you're not able to make sense of any text that's inside of it. However, you may be able to notice there's the date, there's some time, there's the latitude and longitude, etc. So we may be able to notice that, but the biggest thing was for firefighters, for that fire department, they wanted to know where their fires were, and they wanted to be able to pull up the fires based off of the cross street that they have. So they wanted an easy access to the cross street information. They wanted to search up based off of the time and the date. They wouldn't be able to search November 2018, November 15, 2018. They wouldn't be able to search that up because obviously none of this text has that thing in there. So we created a portal where we sort of parse all this metadata and we transform it into something that is easily viewable and usable for the firefighters. So they no longer have to search 37.547703 latitude. They can search up the cross street, and likewise they can search November 2018, and they can find all the fires that took place on November 2018. So I'll just quickly give an example of this. So here's the latitude and longitude. I'll copy this, and I have Bing Maps open right here. So if I just quickly parse this data into something Bing Maps can understand, just to sort of show. Here is the intersection that I get. And here we can see this is sort of the house. This is not a house where a fire took place, as just an example. But as we can see, this is Dondero Way and Hanson Avenue. So that's sort of the cross street that's available if you plug these coordinates in. Now, if we go back to these files, so these are the files I've already uploaded, DJI 001 and 002, but I'll quickly show the uploading of DJI 003 to 007. So here I have them, and I'm just going to quickly drag and drop them. So they're just going to upload really quickly. Here they're all going in. Just a bit slow, but I'll blame my internet for that. All right, everything is uploaded. So I'll quickly show the backend as well, just so it can sort of makes sense to everyone. But if I go to the drone files, oops, connection error. Sorry about that. I have to log in. I'll just quickly do that. So here's the backend of where all the data is stored on the Microsoft Azure portal. And as we can see, here's the DJI 001, 002 that I uploaded back in April this year. But here's the ones that we just uploaded on November 5th, 2020. And here's the file. Here's the DJI 003 file. And here's the SRT file. Now what we do is when this upload happens over here, this data automatically is the data from the SRT file is automatically parsed and applied as metadata onto the MP4 files. So now if I open this up right here, and I can scroll down and I can see, look, the date is there, 2019-01-04, which corresponds to January 2019, January 4, 2019. This is the time that the fire happened. These are the coordinates. And then it's taking these coordinates and getting a cross street, getting an actual cross street for those coordinates. And now how can we search based off of them? Well, I will quickly run through the indexer because I have to run the indexer the indexer runs it by itself every 5 minutes, but I'll quickly confirm if the indexer has run. I'll just quickly run the indexer again. And once the indexer runs, then all of these files will be available in the portal that we've set up for them. So the indexer is supposed to run every 5 minutes or so. I'll just quickly refresh it. It's in progress. And then in the meanwhile, we'll just wait here so that we can see all the data right here. So if I do a quick search, so these are some of the old index files. The indexing will just take a little bit of extra time, but these are the files that that the data indexes. So these are the old ones that it had already indexed. It might take a little bit long, so just in the interest of time, I'll show these two videos. But this is a simple portal. This is just a demo portal to show what we're sort of building. So these are the two files that were indexed before. DJI 001, 002 type of file is MP4, and we can play these files right here in the portal. Now we can filter it by the cross street or the date. So again, there's that November 2018 date and the cross street Dondero Way and Hanson Avenue, both of them taken over there. I can even search up. So let's say one of the firefighters searches up Dondero Way or Hanson Avenue. Hanson Avenue, and we'll find these. If I look up Hanson Road, we should not find anything, and that is perfectly fine because we don't have a Hanson Road in our data set. Again, I can even look up the date, so November 2018. If I look that up, it's going to pull up all of the fires or all of the videos that were taken on November 2018. So that's sort of the demo that's sort of the use case for knowledge mining in video sorting, because all of this data that we had previously, it's inaccessible. There's so much data lying here, and again, I'd like to sort of refer back to that picture we had of all those papers and books and everything lying around in a huge pile. This is sort of what it is like. There's so much data here, so much data lying latent. However, what we've been able to do just by a simple upload, all they have to do is upload these files here, and then they populate over here in this portal where they can search intelligently. All of this metadata has been appended onto the videos, and they can search based off of the metadata. They can search based off of legible metadata, not coordinates, but cross-street information. And that is it from the demo side for knowledge mining from me. And I would love to hand it over back to Lisa to sort of finish off. And if any one of you have any questions regarding this, regarding knowledge mining or anything, then feel free to put it in. But I will just hand it over to Lisa, who I think has started the screen share.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. All right, so thank you so much, Ahmad. Just wanted to give everyone just a little bit of information about who we are. We are a Microsoft Gold Certified Partner based in Chicago. Our areas of expertise have to do with the intelligent cloud, whether it be Azure, on-prem, hybrid. We do a bunch of AI chatbot development and knowledge mining, as we just discussed, but we also do analytics and infrastructure and data center modernization and migration. We were founded in 2014, and we have a geographical presence in Chicago, Dallas, the UK, and Asia. We have a bunch of Microsoft alumni on our team, and we are a Microsoft Managed Partner. Our next webinar will be on December 3rd, and that will be for Windows Virtual Desktop. And we would love to have you join us there. In the meantime, we just wanted to say thank you so much. If anybody's ready to get started or ask any questions or have a consultation, please reach out to us at hello@axtcorp.com. We'll just leave this up for a bit. And if you have any questions, please feel free to add them into the chat. And we will say thank you so much for joining us today.